every season that we have in our life, it's meant to help us grow towards the next season. And some seasons are difficult. Some seasons, we feel like nothing is going right. We feel like, we can't get anything to work. But in those times, we learn how we're able to grow and refine our faith, knowing that God is going to come through. I just knew with everything in me that I'm supposed to be doing Recovered on Purpose. I'm supposed to. That every time I'm working on this, every time I'm working on a project that's helping the addiction community, I feel alive and I have that thing in my heart that tells me that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm supposed to be doing this. We can count on and rely on our faith and our relationship with God and how he shows up. It's literally how it's made. When I'm feeling like I can't do this, when I'm feeling like I don't have the power to do this, God shows up. When I humble myself and really allow myself to allow God to do what he's here to do, allow God to do what he's told us that he's going to do. There's a certain point where we have control of certain things. We have the ability to do certain disciplines, to do certain actions every single day, to do habits, to have the conversation with that person, to share recovery with that person. And then there's a whole, 10,000 times more things that God makes happen that we're not able to make happen. So when we do what we're supposed to do and allow God to do what he's supposed to do, we can have faith that all things are working together according to his good and his purpose for our lives. Last week, I took like 2 or 3 days where I was mad at God. I wasn't talking to him. There was a lot of things going on and I didn't know what to do. And in that time, as soon as I came back, he was showing me that he's refining me right now. He's preparing me for something that's coming. And then, we got the news in the last couple days. We got the news in the last couple days that he's refining me for. So literally every time that we're going through a trial in our life, we're going through these difficult seasons, we're having difficulty to make things happen like we want them to happen. During that time, we should consider it joy because it's refining our heart, it's refining our faith, it's refining our confidence in God coming through. Because we don't have the same perception as God. We think that, if we apply for this job and we want this job, we need to get this job. And if it doesn't come through, then why didn't you answer? But in reality, when this thing doesn't come through and we are in connection with God, we're doing the right things and we're taking the actions that we're supposed to be taking, that literally means that he has something better for us. That's what it means. And we can have that faith to walk in that truth. If he's giving us his most precious gift freely, then everything, everything that we have in our heart that we desire, he desires to give to us. There's a certain point, like I was saying earlier, that we have to follow the steps. There's steps that each of us have to take in order to reach God's potential and his purpose for our life. And yes, we mess up. Yes, we fall. Yes, we screw up every day. But the more right ways that we act, the greater gifts that he's able to give us. Because there's no reward in sitting on the couch and wishing things, and then like a genie, poof, there's $1,000,000. There's no reward in that. You don't feel fulfilled, you don't learn anything, and your soul will become empty. And I've been in places like that. I've been in places like that. And right now I feel incredibly rewarded for a ton of work that I've done with this community, with Recovered on Purpose. And I'm feeling rewarded right now because of the amount of work that I put in without the cloud of financial gain. Like there was never a time where I thought that, this was going to be the thing that made me a multimillionaire and all that stuff, even though I have aspirations for my life to make that happen with things outside of Recovered on Purpose. I knew that this is what, is actually here as my purpose, what I'm able to do to fulfill the desire in my heart, because I believe that our community, the recovery community, has a new season coming very soon ahead of us.